So, good morning, everyone. My name is Liat Berko, and I'm an intimacy and relationship coach. I have a master in psychology, and I've been exploring and studying all my life. I've been doing a lot of self work as well as experiencing life itself. But I've been through many workshops and seminars and academic schools. And today I'm here to present from my knowledge 3 tips for deepening your intimacy with yourself and with your partner. So, intimacy in general is, if you really take it down, it's into me, I see. So, the deeper you see into yourself, the more you're able to see into other people. But before we start on giving you the tips, let's talk about what prevents us from having intimacy. And usually these are going to be blockages. So it can be mind blockages, it can be energetic blockages, and emotional blockages as well. And that's really when I want you to think about it and see between you and yourself what prevents you from being intimate with your partner. So as an example, that can be anger, okay? The more people are angry, the more they're not able, they keep distance from the other person. Jealousy, okay? There's a lot of things going on into my mind. I'm jealous, I'm not worthy enough. So that also keeps me at distance because that creates anger by itself. Fear that I'm not good enough, fear that is not gonna like me. So I'm not able to really give myself fully and share myself completely authentically. Another one is shame. People sometimes they're ashamed to really speak their mind or be present with their essence completely, and that also creates some distance. So the solution to all these things is really to first of all to do the work and get a step closer into yourself, but also understanding that the more you understand that your external world is a reflection of your internal world, the more you take responsibility on it and you make some modification to change it. So for example, if something is appearing to me outside in the world as such, that means that it's just a reflection of what's going on inside my own world right now. So in order to change it, it's really first to observe, recognize it, take responsibility, and then return power to self. And when you're in your power, when you're in your center, believe me, you're much more sexier. And also, when you're like in your element, so people are drawn to you. And when you're like nagging or complaining or fearful or angry, so it's rejecting people. So you always have the possibility to actually choose, right? So it's always a choice, and it's always our responsibility to really make it make it really our world from within and shine it out. So by doing these, just a little, giving you a little bit of these examples, the most important also is, once you understand that you return to your power and you're in your center and your element, when you meet your partner, it's all about Kavana. So Kavana is really setting your intention. For example, you set your intention to arrive here today and to listen to whatever words of wisdom I have to share. So you are here at 11 a.m. and you are present, and your Kavana, your intention was to come here and receive as much as you can. And I'm here to actually give to you as much as I can. So my Kavana, my intention is to give to you. When you set your intention with your partner in a way of giving, coming as a giver, then the person in front of you step by step is going to want to receive more and more. It's like giving the cheese to the mouse, right? So 3 tips that we're going to go into, very short, that are really 3 tips that can create intimacy with yourself as well as with your partner. Because if this is something you don't regulate within your system first, it's impossible for you to do it actually out there. So that's why responsibility is so important, because the more I'm investing, I'm taking care of myself, the more I'm in creating a more calm world, and my essence is more balanced, the more I'm able to attract and bring into my life things that my intention is driven into. So the first tip is going to be to develop a ritual. And there's, every person who actually managed to input something in his life, right, and keep it consistent, is actually able to see results. It's like going to the gym every day, then you get slimmer, you have more muscles. Same thing here. The more you develop a ritual, a daily ritual, and you really, like, for example, you share with your partners 3 things that you appreciate about your life or each other, okay, or about yourself. But some people like to do it with themselves and journal it as early in the morning. So here you can actually wake up and just look at each other, eye gaze, and really exchange those 3 things. And every day has to be something new. And that requires work. It's not just waking up into your cell phone and checking already from bed your emails and your WhatsApp and your Instagram, but it's really putting the Kavana that we talked about and wanting to invest in your relationship, if it's with yourself or with your partner, and really create it as a daily ritual and acknowledging for each other those 3 things that you appreciate in yourself or in them. Tip number 2 is meditate together. So the effort of meditating is not an effort when it becomes a ritual. So when you actually put it in your schedule, again, same as the first one, you actually manage to get into a state of meditation with yourself. And there's nothing more beautiful than waking up and doing it with your partner. You can hold hands, you can actually meet yourself heart to heart. And you know what that creates? That creates connection, that creates togetherness. So the more you input little things like that into your life, into your rituals, the more you're gonna, guys, learn how to draw yourself into intimacy and not avoiding each other, right? Because most of us can be in a relationship and feel so lonely, but that's not the point. The point is really to rectify, to correct, and to grow together by doing the work of consciousness and love, and just by being really more intimate. So by meditating together, you cultivate together a presence of your essence, and you clear out every morning your blockages. So then all those blockages of anger and jealousy and whatever it is like clearing out, because you need to reconnect to a new energy and then it's easier to get rid of the bad energy. So by understanding that every day is a new day and you can let go of the old and renew yourself with good, you're giving yourself a chance, you're choosing yourself and your partner, and you're actually able to ensure, first of all, better health, because it's affecting every cell of your body, and functioning in a better mindset, and obviously connecting more to your soul, which is super important today, because lots of people tend to forget about their spirituality. But the more you actually connect to soul, the more you bring in spirituality in your life, and it's 11:11, and we're talking about spirituality. And for me, it's all science. So the more you really feel more complete on all those three levels. Tip number 3: make a date. Schedule a mindful intimacy connection. And what that means that the more you have a rendezvous, that's how I call it, okay? A rendezvous. In French, it means a meeting. It's a intentional meeting between the two of you, okay? So the more you schedule, if it's once a week, once a month, once a day, whatever your energy can afford, and you prioritize in your schedule, the more you learn to live with pleasure and connection with each other. And that really creates a true intention for a healthy and healing partnership, because at the end of the day, having a connection can either heal you or destroy you. And a lot of people today in this reality, and I know because I've been through all that, they're really, they avoid the healing, and then what happens is that they have to divorce and to separate themselves from the life that they created. And that's a shame, because the partnership, learning how to be a couple, nobody teaches that. But there are so many tools that can really prevent from divorcing and bring the couple together in living in a more intimate and resourceful and togetherness that affect their energy of being and their family's energy. So that was the 3 tips that I had to share with you today. More about what I do. I have a studio in Aventura. I work with individuals and couples on an intimacy level, which bring the 3 levels of body, mind, and soul. My approach is a combination of eclectic methods driven from the spiritual world, the psychology world, the healing world, and the sexual world. So it's super interesting, and people really manage to regroup and reconnect and awaken their relationship, and the results are phenomenal. So you can follow me on all the channels, Euphoria State of Mind, and my name is Liat Berko. You can reach out to me. I'm going to share a link